Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we extract the most important insights from your sources, giving you a shortcut to being truly well informed. Today, we're plunging into, well, a foundational piece of science fiction cinema, the 1995 animated film, Ghost in the Shell. We've pulled together a stack of fascinating analyses covering its origins, core themes, character nuances, and its undeniable lasting impact.
And our mission for this deep dive is really to explore Ghost in the Shell, specifically through the lens of media studies. We'll be uncovering how this film masterfully uses its narrative, its visual language, not just to tell a story, but actually to comment profoundly on societal issues,
Mm.
craft these really complex characters,
Mm.
and significantly influence broader cultural discourse, especially, concerning the blurring lines between technology and humanity. It's truly a dense, layered work, and we're here to help you navigate its most compelling questions.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Directed by Mamoru Oshii, based on Masamune Shirow's manga, Ghost in the Shell is often called a landmark. What, in your view, is maybe the single most revolutionary concept it introduced that keeps us talking almost 3 decades later? I mean, at its core, the story follows Major Motoko Kusanagi, a cyborg operative, as she grapples with her sense of self in a world where the boundaries between human and machine are increasingly, well, porous.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how the film immediately offers this profound insight. The true humanity isn't solely defined by biology. Ghost in the Shell really argues that our ghost, our consciousness, our memories, our individual spirit can exist and even evolve beyond a purely organic form.
Right.
Major Kusanagi's journey is a direct exploration of this as she questions if she's fundamentally human or, merely a program. And you see this visually from her very first scenes, that awakening in a dark, isolated environment. It powerfully expresses her feelings of alienation, that lack of belonging.
That's a powerful idea. It's asking you, the listener, to consider what defines my essence, especially when faced with rapidly evolving technology.
Wow.
The film portrays characters who are both organic and synthetic, essentially forcing us to redefine the very essence of life beyond just biological form.
Exactly.
Kusanagi's struggle perfectly illustrates that inherent tension, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The human experience and the constant challenge of maintaining one's identity in an increasingly artificial world. But what's truly unsettling, I think, is how the film then delves into the very fabric of identity, our memories. It suggests our individuality is deeply tied to them, but then introduces this chilling idea of external memories.
Indeed, and the film chillingly reveals that controlling memory isn't just about controlling information, it's really about controlling identity itself.
Mhm.
It highlights how memories can be manipulated, even erased in this cybernetic society. The puppet master, that central AI entity, famously asserts that even if memories are sort of like illusions, they are essential for humanity's existence. The critical insight here maybe is that in a hyper-connected world, our sense of self is incredibly vulnerable. If your memories can be altered,
Yeah.
are they still truly yours?
Yeah.
Or do you just become someone else's construct?
That's a heavy question. Moving to another powerful aspect, the film definitely sparks a lot of discussion around gender and empowerment through Motoko Kusanagi. How does her character challenge conventional notions in a way that resonates with, media studies?
Well, Kusanagi's transformation and the fluidity of her identity directly challenge conventional notions of gender, especially to its time.
Yeah.
She really transcends traditional archetypes.
Mm-hmm.
She illustrates how technological enhancements give her physical strength, capabilities often associated with masculinity. Yet she distinctly asserts her womanhood amid this transformation. It's this complexity that highlights the intersection of technology, gender identity, and societal perceptions. It sort of suggests that empowerment can emerge from the deconstruction of traditional gender roles in a post-human context.
The film hasn't been without its controversies, though, regarding its portrayal of gender and race, specifically critiques of Kusanagi's character being seen both as this feminist icon and, at times, maybe a product of a male gaze. How do these discussions fit into our media studies perspective?
Oh, those discussions are absolutely crucial for understanding the film's broader impact. Critics have certainly examined those implications. The film's nuanced approach, even its relative silence perhaps, on explicit racial themes. Well, that could be interpreted as a deliberate choice by the creators.
Oh, so?
It allows viewers to project and interpret the narrative through various cultural and personal lenses. This kind of open-endedness, from a media studies standpoint, can lead to a richer analysis. It pushes you to think about the film's impact and its ongoing critique of societal norms around identity and technology. It prompts you to consider how larger societal perceptions shape individual identities
Yeah.
and the potentially unforeseen consequences of technological advancement on personal connections, societal structures, all of that.
Okay. So beyond the deep philosophical questions, Ghost in the Shell is visually just
Yeah.
remarkable. How do the film's aesthetics, its storytelling techniques, contribute to its media studies impact? How do they guide our understanding?
They're absolutely central. The film employs a really distinct color palette to immediately convey its themes. You've got green for the pervasive digital realm,
Mm-hmm.
sharply contrasting with blue for the physical world, and then red, often signaling danger or warning. These visual choices don't just establish the film's unique aesthetic, they actively enhance its philosophical inquiries into life and identity. It's not just background. For instance, the unique artistic style, where you have these profound philosophical dialogues, often accompanied by more open, contemplative visual sequences, that actively invites audiences to engage in Kusanagi's quest for meaning. It makes the viewer an active participant in the media experience, really.
That's a fascinating deep dive into how the visuals function. And speaking of how we understand our minds, the concept of embodied cognition seems particularly relevant here, how our physical experience shapes our memories and sense of self. How does Ghost in the Shell explore that specific idea?
That's a perfect connection to make. Research indicates that human cognition is deeply intertwined with physical experience. Our body fundamentally influences how memories are formed, how they're recalled.
Okay.
This understanding highlights the profound disconnect Major experiences as a cyborg, doesn't it? Her physical synthetic form and her human memories are constantly at odds. The film, through her journey, implicitly asks, can a true understanding of human experience actually be replicated through technology? Or do some aspects of humanity, like our most fundamental emotions and memories, remain uniquely tied to organic existence, making them, truly irreducible?
It's clear this film has had a really profound influence across media. How do you trace its lasting legacy through other works, and why does it remain such a significant touchstone?
Oh, its influence is huge. Ghost in the Shell has profoundly influenced various media, especially within cyberpunk and science fiction. That's undeniable. Its thematic exploration of identity and technology isn't just theory. It directly resonates with contemporary societal issues, which cements its status as a significant touchstone.
Like The Matrix, for instance.
Exactly. Most famously, the 1995 film is widely credited with shaping the aesthetic and philosophical underpinnings of the Matrix series. That's a very clear example of its direct impact on major cinematic works.
That flood of information idea from the film, portraying a futuristic society kind of drowning in data, that feels incredibly relevant today, doesn't it? How do you see Ghost in the Shell's portrayal holding up against our own digital landscape?
It's incredibly prescient, almost unnervingly so. The film's complex interplay of technology and human experience directly challenges traditional notions of self, of agency. It serves as this really powerful cultural commentary on our modern connectivity and its potential discontents, everything from information overload to privacy concerns.
Yeah.
And the franchise's continued inspiration for video games, television series, it further cements its status, showing its adaptable relevance. Kusanagi herself has become emblematic in many ways of female empowerment within a traditionally male-dominated genre. She presents this complex figure that simultaneously challenges and reinforces gender norms, which keeps the conversation going. The film's enduring ability to intertwine themes of identity, memory, trauma that contributes to its lasting relevance. It's constantly prompting new discussions about the intersections of technology, humanity, and personal history.
This deep dive into Ghost in the Shell really highlights how a single film, when crafted with such care and foresight, can be just a profound meditation on complex philosophical and societal questions, using its narrative and visual style to truly push boundaries in media.
Indeed. By masterfully exploring themes of identity, memory, gender, and the very nature of humanity within a technologically advanced society, Ghost in the Shell not only prompts us to consider our own relationship with technology, but also how it fundamentally shapes our sense of self. And it leaves us with a provocative thought, I think. As technology continues to advance, the lines between human and machine blur even further. What truly remains of the ghost in the shell, what is the irreducible core of who you are, separate from the data and the hardware?